about the life cycles of the boys and the girls in the bug world, because everything's inverted. It seems like in the insect world, the women run the show for the most point. Maybe that's the way it is for people too. I don't know. Well, for the next guy, I know that Lake Merritt is a very special place, and in this year there is something that has come together after years. Come on in, Eddie. After years of planning. Hey, Laura, my papers are all out of order. I'm having too much fun. There you go. I'm just going to hand these to you. Let's find Eddie's. I can probably riff on Eddie's his background here. Oh, we got a demo. Here we go. Let's make room for this. So my next guest is actually a resident. Oh, hey, listen, I want to say hi to Becky Randall from the website Go Ahead Bug Me, one of the big fans and co-conspirators on the internet for the insect tribe, because she runs Go Ahead Bug Me. It's one of the largest communities for insectophiles on the Facebook world. She got over 25,000 likes now. What's the number up to, Becky? 25,000 people around the world. Pay attention to what Becky's got to say. And we have connected through the internet. That's what's exciting about the insect tribe. The new world of social media and digital formats allow us to spread this knowledge and insight at a way that no human society has ever been able to accomplish. But it also comes down to connecting with people face to face. And the Insect Sciences Museum of California is going up right in Lake Merritt. My next guest, Eddie Dunbar, is the founder and president of ISMC. And he's also a citizen scientist with some background in academia. From 1994 to 98, he was an operator at UC Berkeley's Insect Hotline.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
know
right.
that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, that's so cool. Can you imagine? Okay, maybe we should do a whole interview just on what it was like on the Insect Hotline.
It was hot.
That's a hoot. All right. And he also works as an employee for the city of Oakland. So I'm delighted to have back on the Insect News Network, and for the first time on the Bee-a-Thon, Eddie Dunbar.
Hey there.
All right, Eddie. So what did you bring? You got the demonstration.
Yeah, this
here,
is a replica. It's a small replica of what we call the native bee hotel.
Oh, there we go. Perfect.
And this is installed at Lake Merritt, which is the oldest wildlife sanctuary in North America.
Did you know that, folks? Right in downtown Oakland, the oldest wildlife sanctuary in the whole
in North America.
Hemisphere.
Yeah, now it was founded in 1870, and Yellowstone was founded in 1872.
Wow, 2 years. That's amazing.
Yeah. So this hotel we put in to attract native bees. We know that a lot of our landscaping practices are causing native bees to go locally extinct.
Sure.
Gordon Franke from UC Berkeley, who's a native bee expert, says...
One of the ambassadors, for sure. One of the great ambassadors, Gordon Franke, UC Berkeley, yeah.
Right. He says that native bees don't exist in San Diego. It's one of the most landscaped cities in California. So there are no native bees.
Oh, what a
there.
shame.
Yeah. Yeah. So we in Oakland have followed that legacy of being the oldest wildlife sanctuary by trying to install alternative nesting bee habitat. And so that's what this is. This is a small replica. It's empty, but the actual one has logs all in it. And there are the holes for the tunnel.
This is amazing. I mean, I've seen this before, but to actually see it in person, because it's not only fun and totally playful, but it's cheap, inexpensive to build. It's practical. So what exactly are they seeing by looking at this?
By this, there are holes right here I want to say that Erica Strand is the person who put this together.
Oh, good. Okay, Erica.
And yeah, these represent logs that are in the bee hotel, and we know that a lot of the bees, like Celeste was saying just earlier, 30% are tunnel nesters.
Sure.
And so they nest in these holes here. And the first week that we put this in, we have bees actually using the hotel.
Oh, is that right? They don't take long to move in, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, they're smart creatures, folks. They're sentient beings. And, you know, if they're just looking for a place to live, they're going to accommodate. And, of course, if it's this high-end hotel, then they're going to move in even sooner. They might not move out, you know?
Yeah. And then we have twigs here representing some of the things that are taken out of the garden.
Okay.
When we do our pruning, that's one of the ways that we reduce bee habitat or bee nesting habitat. They like to live in the ends of these twigs. So when we're pruning our roses, there are sometimes bees that will live there.
Now, what's interesting, too, what you just noticed what Eddie said is, in making our landscapes ornamental and more cosmetically pleasing based on a very outdated mode of landscaping, we are destroying the fabric of the landscape. We're taking the ecosystem away from the creatures that make it a fertile ecosystem. And it's almost as if the Bee-a-Thon, if it has one message, that might be it, is, stop the madness. It takes simple things to restore a balance to an ecosystem, but still we don't do them. Now, this one... this is something you would give to the city? You'd put them up around the town? I mean, how did that work?
There's talk about putting a second one in at the Morecambe Rose Garden in Oakland. We have just one, but we're thinking about a second one.
Okay.
I want to talk about this area here.
Sure.
This is represents bumblebee habitat. Bumblebees are bumblebees are cavity dwellers or cavity nesters, and we have to create mud nests with holes in them.
Yeah.
And the bumblebees are able to use those. A lot of our landscaping, one of the best landscaping practices that have come up recently was mulching. And we know mulching is good for the plants, but it also covers the ground,
Sure.
so that bees, ground nesting bees, cannot get underground. And 70% of native bees nest underground. So if you have too much mulch, you're not going to see bumblebees.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Once again, the fine balance, the tap dance of practicality and creativity and just what's going to be good for the environment. Now, let's set that down for a minute. I don't want you to have to for the whole interview. You got to tell me about this. Now, you were on the Bee-a-Thon once before, and we've talked with Becky, of course. Mm-hmm. She's been a big fan of yours for several months now. Yeah. Insect Sciences Museum of California.
Yes.
Now, you work for the city of Oakland. You've actually got leadership in the city of Oakland to participate in this project. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, we have our mayor, first of all, is one of our big fans.
The mayor.
Yeah, Mayor Jean Kwan.
Jean Kwan, absolutely.
She is out at our events, and she's very, very active. We also have the city administrator who is raising caterpillars for us.
Fun.
She's one of our butterfly whisperers.
Oh.
And,
in the city of Oakland, the butterfly whisperers.
We also call them our butterfly baby mamas.
I see. Okay.
So those are some of the pollinators.
See, this is why I love urban culture for the insect tribe. The terminology is different, but the end result is really all the same. You know, the butterfly baby mamas. I love it.
It's how you market it, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It has a lot to, and listen, that is a huge point on the Bee-a-Thon, folks. How we explain this connection, the importance of this advocacy has got to catch up with all the other crap that's marketed to us, because the things that we buy and the things that we make aren't nearly as important as the earth that sustains us. And someone like Eddie comes along with a little bit of humor and a lot of inspiration and creates a whole little culture around Lake Merritt to support the bugs. Now, the Insect Sciences Museum of California, how many people are part of it, and how did it begin?
Well, on our Facebook page, we have about 250 members, and they're all active. We have lots of people all over the state, especially around the Bay Area, who are participating. We had a sheet lighting event for National Moth Week.
Oh, that was fun. I did one too.
Yeah. We called it Midsummer Moth Madness, and we had 16 people out. We were at a private ranch out in Clayton, California.
Oh, how fun. So you actually organized people to go away from the city of Oakland to experience the microcosm.
That's correct. Back in June, we had our very first bug camp, and we had three people to stay 10 days and 3 people to stay 6 days, or 3 days. They had a great time. We did the sheet lighting again, and we taught some of the newcomers how to collect, identify, and observe insects in the forest.
It's a big step. Now, of course, you're dealing a lot with like the naturalism, the science, the biology of the insects. How does this insect advocacy manifest in an urban setting like Oakland? Are you seeing it on the streets or in the art? What do you think?
Yeah, we are seeing it in the streets. We actually just got an intern who will be helping us out with one of our crowd map projects, which is where we're trying to map out all of the nesting areas for native bees in Oakland.
Wow.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's a great task for her to do. And we have 2 other interns working with one of our partners in the Pollinator Posse. The West Oakland Green Initiative they have 3 interns who are going to be mapping out the trees, the native trees that we're planting that are good for native bees.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah.
And then there's one last thing I want you to address, citizen science.
Yes.
Why is this important? I mean, I know David Attenborough of the Life on Earth series, the BBC, the grand ambassador for the insect tribe, has talked a lot about citizen science. The Bee-a-Thon was created because of citizen science, not just for the Great Sunflower Project, but also for the Bring Back the Pollinators campaign for the Xerces Society. Why is citizen science important in Oakland and all of California?
Well, there are a lot of things that scientists miss.
Yeah, unfortunately, guys, it's true.
There are things that citizens pick up. There's just the wonder and imagination that young people see, that people who've always wanted to get into entomology have brought, and the energy that they bring helps us to put on programming that helps help scientists out.
Sure.
So we have a researcher that we're working with who's an expert with Jerusalem crickets. And so we
crazy.
started a potato bug roll call where we're trying to map out where the potato bugs are in California and then taking photographs of those. So citizens can help with science, and they're making a difference.
Now, again, citizen science, essentially what it is an established scientist at a university or a research department proposes an idea where they need to get crowdsourcing for the information. So it's a very democratic, very egalitarian process where people can spend a little bit of time every day, every week, every month doing an observation in nature, doing some scientific research and reporting the results.
Yes.
So the scientists can then use those results to create the end product. I mean, obviously academia is limited in time and money and things like that. So citizen science, especially when it comes down to honeybees and other pollinators, is a crucial component. But tell me one more time, just so the listeners can understand how integrated you are with your advocacy for the microcosm. You actually got people from the city of Oakland
Yes.
to underwrite the Insect Sciences Museum of California. Tell us about that.
That's correct. We have a powerhouse in our pollinator posse leader, our sheriff. Her name is Tora Rocha.
No, hold on. You got to explain this terminology. I love it. All right. So we got the insect tribe of Oakland.
Yeah.
It's the pollinator posse. And now there's a sheriff.
There is a sheriff. Yeah. And she is the park supervisor for Lakeside Park.
Wow. Amazing.
And 12 other parks in West Oakland.
Awesome.
And she is a powerhouse for native bees and pollinators.
Amazing.
So that's where our city employees are hitting the ground running.
And fundraising too, though. Wasn't there something with an initiative people could donate to the Insect Museum?
Yes, you sure can. We are just about to start a big campaign, though, which will probably get us, I don't want to say how much, but we're starting a project called Butterflies for Bullets. And
Now listen to this, folks. This is on the Bee-a-Thon. Is this the first time you've talked about this?
yes, it is.
Okay, so this is a worldwide announcement. Everybody, see, I love the city of Oakland. I think it's one of the most misunderstood places on the planet because of nothing else. The landscape is stunning and
It is.
diverse and complicated. And here we are on the Bee-a-Thon 3. Eddie Dunbar is about to tell us about
Butterflies for Bullets.
Butterflies for Bullets.
Right. It's a proposal we're writing, hoping to get about $250K for the next 5 years, and that will help us to establish more native bee habitat throughout Oakland.
Awesome.
And we'll be collecting that data, putting it on a map. And what we're really trying to do is build contiguous space. The more that we have that's connected together, the better it is for the bees.
Well, that's so special because obviously in a place like urban areas, people are disconnected from all of nature, and it's probably even a bigger learning curve to understand how to connect with insects. But the one thing that connects all of the pollinators with all of human society is pretty much everybody loves flowers.
That's right.
So if you put in the right flowers, you can attract the right pollinators. And if you find the right people to plant the flowers, then you can do great things. So butterflies, not bullets. I love it.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that on the Bee-a-Thon, but God, I love it. So listen, Eddie Dunbar, we got to have you back on real soon. Becky too. Becky, why don't you come on and say hi to the group just because you're running, this is Becky Randall from Go Ahead Bug Me. She made the trip up from Oakland as well. So you can just kind of stand next to there, and there's the camera over there. Just give a little wave there, Becky. And Becky puts out some of the smartest and funniest stuff on the web for insects too. She's definitely an ambassador for the insect tribe. So Eddie Dunbar from the Insect Sciences Museum of California, thanks for being on the
welcome.
Bee-a-Thon 3.
Thank you very
Keep
much.
spreading the buzz. Thanks for coming in, Becky. And they're going to be here for the party too tonight, folks. So just so you know, it's not just all facts and figures. There's an awful lot of fun. Here